you can really see that Max walks the walk and talks the talk, because he's giving Brandon great information, letting him know that he can do this himself, that he is worth more than what even Trax can offer him. He's telling him right here. So I find a lot of value in that. And that only comes from someone who knows what it's like to do it themselves.
The only thing that stays consistent is the grind. Keep on grinding.
Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In fact, I'll welcome myself back. I have been super busy. Me and my wife are getting ready to move, and so unfortunately I have not had the time to run both my YouTube channels the way I have wanted to. But I really wanted to get on today and talk about something that I am very excited about. My man, Brandon Suarez, doing an amazing job with his YouTube channel. I hopped onto the channel today, onto my channel. I saw a bunch of new videos popping up from Brandon that I wanted to look at with you guys. I haven't seen them. Maybe you guys have seen them. Not sure if you subscribe to Brandon's channel or not, but I've talked to you guys about Brandon in the past. Now, I'm not sure what type of video he's been making as of late, but I can tell you that he is the #1 source for, like, jewelry news. In case you guys want to be up on what's going on in the industry, Brandon does a great job at looking around, checking out different companies, talking about what the news is in the jewelry space. Now, I started doing this back, a long time ago, actually, when I started my channel, and because my channel is a little more diverse, I kind of split up the type of stuff that I do to incorporate some news, incorporate some jewelry reviews and all that stuff. Gratefully, I have been able to build a beautiful and strong community on this channel. And I'm so grateful to every single one of you who subscribes. So thank you guys for being here. You guys might love Brandon's channel. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. Let's take a look at his content today, just to catch me up on what I've been missing, basically. And maybe you guys can join me for the ride. Let's check it out. Last time I was on the channel, Brandon only had like 300 or so subscribers. So happy to see that people are recognizing the work that Brandon is putting into this channel. Brandon is consistently putting out great content. And, great is relative. You guys may check his channel out, not think it's great. But personally, I see the passion Brandon has for his channel. I can't go through all the videos, but there are certain ones that I want to go through. I'm going to put it in 1.5 speed so I can catch up quick. And I'm going to make sure to hit the ones that, I'm most interested in, even though he has tons of great stuff here.
What's going on, y'all? So today I'm going to be reading some of the negative comments that I get underneath some of my videos. I'll also be addressing some of them. Now, if that sounds good to you, stick around. Disclaimer, I really do not get offended when I read a lot of these negative comments. A lot of them actually make me laugh. But I feel like I see the same comment like over and over again on a lot of my videos, and I thought maybe it'd be fun to, I guess, maybe address it. So let's get to it. Here are some of the
All right, so I just want to say, Brandon, good for you for having your own sweatshirt. Good for you. You're really diving into this YouTube thing right. And I've mentioned to Brandon in the past, after watching some of his previous videos, that that's something he needs to do. He's taking a hold of his channel and showing you guys and proving to you guys and girls every single day that this isn't just a hobby for him. So when you see someone doing something for more than a hobby, that's something that you can appreciate. It takes a lot of work to do videos like this and be consistent. As you can see, I've been like slowing down with my channel because it's so hard to run 2 YouTube channels at once. So when you see someone who's consistent and able to consistently put out quality content, you got to respect that.
So let's get to it. Here are some of the negative comments that I see.
Are you a male or a female? What are you? Are you a male or a female? This dude looking fruity AF. I can't watch this channel. Are you trans? You look like someone's auntie. Respectfully, are you a man or female? Respectfully. That person says, well, hello, sexy lady. I reply back by saying, I'm a guy. And they apologize. Is this a girl or a guy? I'm confused.
Okay, well, let's get that out of the way, guys. I am biologically
born a male. I also identify as a man. I'm a guy. I actually get these comments like, are you a male or female? I get that quite often. I also get that in person as well. And people will often ask me like, hey, so what are your pronouns? And I forget what that is. I politely say that I identify as Michael Jackson and my pronouns are... Just kidding.
I say that my pronouns are he, him, because that's what I am. I'm a guy. I was born a...
All right, so I can't not laugh when I watch this guy's channel. It's hilarious. Always making me laugh. Really good editing, and it comes across as very natural. So I'm happy to see that. I'm happy to also see that he's not taking offense to a lot of the nasty comments. Any comments that are genuine, like genuinely asking a question, you know, why take offense to that? But it's very easy to take offense when people are trying to make you feel like garbage. And I can tell you, running 2 monetized YouTube channels, I get beat up in the comments all the time. Why is your neck so skinny? Why are you wearing your shirt so tight? All this crazy stuff. And those are the nice ones. So at the end of the day, the fact that he can walk away and actually do a video like this and not be offended, that goes a long way into showing you the type of person that he is. And I'm very happy to see that he has the backbone for this type of work. Because not everybody can do this type of work.
Just kidding. I say that my pronouns are he, him, because that's what I am. I'm a guy. I was born a guy. I'm totally aware of the fact that I do have some feminine features. I didn't think that I would be this much confused as a female. And by the way, in case any of you guys are wondering, this has always been the case even when I was a little bit younger. For those of you who don't know, I was actually in the military. I had shorter hair and people used to think the same thing, jokingly, you know? This is a picture of me when I was in the army. And this is another picture of me. This is a picture of me while I'm at work in a warehouse. And this was me and my best friend, aka my M16 rifle. My sergeants at the time used to jokingly call me a female all the time. After I left the military, I got so tired of getting haircuts, I decided to just, you know, grow my hair out, which kind of doesn't help because I guess I get mistaken more for a female. But regardless, guys, I am confident in who I am. It doesn't bother me at all. I love myself. I embrace it. You know, feel free to ask if anybody's ever confused. I don't get offended. I don't get aggressive. I just calmly say, no, I'm a guy. Thank you. Another thing that I want to say is that I am 100% straight. I am not homosexual.
All right, so listen, I'm not going to go bashing Brandon for how he's dressing, what he's wearing. I appreciate the fact that he has always been kind to me. That's what I care about. Not only has he been kind to me, he's supported my channel, he's contributed to my channel, and he puts out information that I can benefit from. So I can't talk about no DMs like that. I would hate to be getting DMs like that. But at the end of the day, bashing him for wearing cheap jewelry, fake jewelry, he's given you reviews.
Fake jewelry. Of course you're gonna Trax. This cheap fake selling jeweler got you in his trap. Trash, slab of metal, and glass chips. Put your $150 in a savings account and watch your bank account glow, not on your bird chest. Why you got on all that fake jewelry? Okay, so on my YouTube channel, I actually talked a lot about Harlem Bling and TraxNYC, and a lot of people who support TraxNYC has kind of like attacked me or told me that, you know, Harlem Bling sells fake jewelry. Guys, this is sterling silver. I do have stainless steel pieces and stuff as well. Keep in mind, Harlem Bling does sell solid gold too. I buy a little bit of everything. This is a custom piece. My favorite custom piece, my only custom piece that I got from Harlem Bling. I wear a little bit of everything. I will wear sterling silver, stainless steel, anything that looks nice that I really love. And these earrings right here, I wear anything. As long as it doesn't turn my skin green, it is not fake to me. I don't care about having real diamonds. I don't care. I have a pair of beautiful Moissanite studs right here. I don't care whether it's a real diamond, a Moissanite, or a CZ.
There's people out there who buy fake jewelry, cheap jewelry, and he's not only promoting or doing reviews on fake or cheap stuff. So the channel is focusing on things that are going to help the viewer. When I started my channel, I said to myself, hold on, I see a need for people to get an idea of sizing on YouTube because no one was doing sizing specific videos. So I said to myself, I want to be the guy. And I'm grateful to say that my channel has been able to grow and create such an amazing community of people because of the work that I've been putting in. So I'm very happy to see that. And Brandon is doing the same thing with his channel. He's trying to find his place on YouTube to help the viewer. So if he's reviewing cheaper stuff, more expensive stuff, doesn't matter. There is a buyer out there for anything. And so he's helping with that need. So I can see that, and I appreciate that. And obviously, his channel is steadily growing, right? Growing a lot faster than what I thought it would, and I hope to say that I was able to be a part of that. He's consistently getting better and pushing the envelope. All good things that take a lot of hard work and dedication.
Well, this is all luxury to me. I'm sorry I'm not rich.
Brandon wears anything, right? Is there something wrong with that? Absolutely not. Listen, guys, I've been told by so many people, and you can't put down people who wear sterling silver. You can't put down people who wear steel. Why are you going to do that? What's the point behind that? Everybody has a different budget. Everybody has a different like. Everybody's financial situation is different. I've made videos in the past talking about wearing thinner width chains, whether they be gold or silver or whatever. Thinner width chains that are obviously going to be cheaper than thicker width chains. Wearing that stuff and wearing them proudly. Maybe it's just your style. Maybe you go to work and you don't want to wear silver because you'll be sweating and it'll oxidize faster. Maybe you don't want to afford gold because where you hang out, you might get robbed. But what I'm trying to say is don't go bashing people because of their budgets. That's my personal opinion. What do you guys think in the comments?
Me dying. Can't take someone seriously that can't read. Okay, so oftentimes in my YouTube videos, you would hear me reading an email or something that another person said. And my reading skills are not the best. I'm not going to lie. I don't speak the best English ever. So I can't promise that my reading is going to be any better than it is today. But needless...
It really sucks not being able to give the viewer the best you can. So Brandon is apologizing. Does he have to apologize? Of course not. But at the end of the day, he's providing a service. His channel, if you're watching it, you clicked on it for a reason. So he's trying to read. He's trying to give you the best that he can. You know, maybe he can't afford to go editing videos down perfectly. Not everybody can do that at the beginning, and not everybody chooses to do it. A great edited video is just extra. At the end of the day, you guys need the information. So if he's reading an email or something like that, I don't know, cut the guy some slack. You know what I mean? He's doing his best. I'm not the best reader either. The only thing is I edit it out usually. I'll be reading, I'll edit the bad stuff out. So many bad parts I have to edit out of my videos. It is not easy to make a video and to be able to talk and be perfect, especially when you have some pressure because the camera's rolling. So it takes time to grow and become better, and he's consistently trying to grow and become better. That is very admirable.
It's always going to be there. I make sure to always respond to the positive comments, and I try my best to ignore the negative ones. Unless it's just asking a question.
Good for you. Good for you for ignoring the negative ones, because let me tell you, it's not easy. It's not easy to ignore when people are bashing you, especially for no reason.
Also, as a content creator, I think it's kind of expected that people are going to be in the comment sections. I just thought this would be kind of entertaining to just kind of read these comments. I do not have a big channel right now, and I know as my channel starts to grow, I'm going to see more and more of these comments, and I welcome it. I mean, it's not always nice to read, but listen, I think everybody's entitled to an opinion. I will not block you. I ask you, I would love to see positive comments, but if you don't like my content, if you don't like my face, freedom of speech, you can say whatever you want. But regardless of that, thank you guys for watching my channel, and I just purely enjoy making videos.
Great attitude.
If my video pops up and helps you in some way, but you just don't like my face for some reason, hey, I think that's great too. Anyways, that's it for this video, guys. Like and...
See, that's what I'm saying. He's providing a service. If you clicked on his video, it was for a reason. He's providing a service, and he's doing the best to give you the best that he can in order to walk away leaving you with your questions answered. So even if you don't like the guy's face, or you don't like the way he dresses, or whatever the case is, make sure that you like the video and subscribe for more great information.
There's still a lot of beef going on in the diamond district, with TraxNYC in particular. Now, guys, if you have not been keeping up with the Trax versus Noah saga, I will leave all those videos in the video description in order so you can watch all of them. And
I'm really upset that I wasn't able to keep up with this saga because it is very interesting, but I can tell you that because of this channel that we're watching now with Brandon's channel, I was able to keep up with it to a degree. I wanted to do videos on it personally. It's probably past the point where I should even bother. But let me know in the comments if you feel like you need another perspective on what's going on. I personally still need to catch up.
watch all of them, you will not be confused. You will know exactly what's been going on. If you're already caught up, stick around and let's talk about it. Noah stopped working for Trax voluntarily. As seen in the previous videos, Noah claimed that Trax was very verbally abusive, was taking advantage of him, slaving him, using the N-word, using the word spick, and a whole bunch of other racial slurs. So Noah quit working for Trax and created his own brand. Even though he no longer works for Trax, he still works in the same building as Trax. Now, for those of you who never visited TraxNYC before, let me explain the whole layout of the building. I have visited and purchased from TraxNYC a couple times, so this is how it is. You walk into the building, right? As soon as you open the front door to your right, you will see TraxNYC and the table. That building, the entire floor is just full of a bunch of tables, and each table is a jewelry company. When you walk to your right-hand side, you see Trax. Right across from him is Noah. So even though they don't work together, they still can see each other while they're at work. Now, this entire work environment is kind of like a high school because everybody kind of gossips and talks amongst each other.
Yeah, I think it would be terrible to have to work right across from somebody who I was dealing with, you know, some kind of drama with. That sounds like such a nightmare. Have any of you guys had to deal with something like that? That's one of the beautiful things about working at home.
Now, Trax realized something that kind of looked a little funny to him. There's a jewelry store right across from Trax by the name of Liana Diamond. This is the Instagram page of Liana Diamonds right here. This is what the girl looks like. This is the owner. Very beautiful girl. Take a look at her logo. Do you see her profile photo on the top left-hand corner? Take a look at that logo right there. Now, this is Noah's Instagram page, Noah Jeweler. Look at his profile photo on the top left-hand corner. Their logos look very similar. When you look at both of their logos side by side, it almost looks like they're the same company, or at least working together. So Trax noticed this, right? So he printed out both of their logos, and he went around the entire building of the floor and started asking, hey, do you know something funny about these two logos? Do you know if Noah is working for Liana Diamond?
I feel like I was betrayed for sexual reasons. I have a very suspicious feeling that, Noah was lured away by this individual. I treated this kid like he was my own son. That's how I am with everybody, not just him. Because I want to see people get the best of life and succeed and so on and so forth. I trusted him at his word.
It would kill me to actually groom someone just to have them leave. But, I mean, in all reality, isn't this probably what happens all the time? You groom somebody, you teach them the ins and the outs, and now all of a sudden they want to make their own brand and do their own thing. Especially if what Noah was saying is true about Max talking down to him or whatever. Whether it's true or not, I have no idea. But I mean, judging by the way Max acts on video, it might give you a good idea on how he kind of acts in person. Maybe, maybe not. I have an entrepreneurial spirit. I like to try to go out and do my own thing. So I would not want to be tied down too long. Even if you think it's good in the beginning, you're probably going to end up changing your mind. And so I can imagine Max probably has a very hard time keeping employees for this reason.
Year and a half, I gave him all the opportunities that anybody could ever dream of. I didn't treat him like other people treated me. Put him on a golden path. But in the end, when it came down to it, this is who he chose over me. I lost a friend. I lost somebody that I was mentoring. It shouldn't be like that. But right now, if momentary pleasure is worth more than a lifetime of friendship and mentorship and good business and success.
I mean, I don't know if Noah actually left because of the way this person looked or, what he mentioned, momentary pleasure or whatever. I mean, Noah's a young guy, and young people typically, they don't make the wisest of decisions. But to say that that was the only reason he left, I don't know. I guess maybe we'll find out more watching these awesome videos.
Employees. Now, other companies have made offers just like that to some of his other employees, but they're very loyal to Trax, and they would never leave him. If you go to my previous videos and look at the comment section to the previous videos that I made about Noah and Trax, it's very interesting. Like, 50% of people agree with Noah and 50% of people agree with Trax, but a lot of people feel like if Trax is having all these issues with all these different people, then it's gotta be him, right?
Must be.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense. If Trax is having all these issues with all these different people, could it come down to him? Yes, a lot of the time when someone has repetitive problems, it does have to do with that person. But it also could have to do with the environment, right? This is a very, very dangerous business to be in, being a jeweler, from what we can understand by watching these videos, by learning about Max and TraxNYC, Harlem Bling. There's a lot of drama. There's a lot of drama that surrounds this industry. And that's why Brandon's channel is so great. If you don't want to concentrate on all the different channels to find the drama, well, Brandon's channel's right there. So absolutely fantastic way to catch up on information. Is it Max? Is it the business itself? I can't tell you, but I don't think it's all Max. The position he's in is setting people up to want to leave. That's why before he sets them up and mentors them, he speaks to them on a very real level and is like, listen, are you in this for the long run? Is it going to be me and you? Are we going to be working together? Or am I going to be just giving you all my information, all my knowledge, all my resources just to have you leave? very, very tough spot that Max seems to be in. It's hard to find people who are going to want to be loyal when they can see their bright futures only happening if they leave from under your wing.
You know, because it's this person, that person, this person, that. I got a problem here, I got a problem there. It has to be me, right? Or am I a fountainhead, a source of money? And some people just want to grab more than they deserve.
That's what I'm trying to say. He offers so much value. And so people will come to him and people will use him until they see how things can be done and then move on with their own lives. So unfortunately, that is what I can definitely see happening. It could be both. It could also be a little bit of him and a little bit of the other thing. But, you know, I guess we'll never truly know because everybody is different. You might have somebody who's very loyal and who doesn't want the responsibility to run their own business, and therefore they will stay working for Max and be a loyal employee.
Do you feel like Noah had every right to leave Trax for the racial slurs that he's been making, for the way he done spoke to Noah in the past?
Yeah, if the racial slurs are true, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want to be around that. I mean, I can barely get through the videos from Trax half the time because you're constantly having to edit, you're constantly having to beep out all the cursing, because not everybody appreciates that. So it takes a very special person to be able to be around that all the time. I mean, it could be seen as a toxic environment.
And do you feel like despite Trax's behavior, Noah should have just been grateful for the fact that he got to work with somebody like Trax, who has a lot of money, a lot of connections, gave him a very good, above average salary, and provided him an opportunity for him to work with different celebrities?
And then there's also that. There's also the magnificent position that Noah was given, and all the opportunity that he was given, that some people would say he squandered now because he didn't appreciate it. So what are your thoughts in the comments?
You were in Noah's position, what would you have done?
So if I was in Noah's position, what would I have done? If everything we're talking about is true, and he was being cursed at, and he was being belittled, and he had to deal with a toxic environment every single day, I would have been out of there. All these videos look good, but I am very interested in seeing his interview with TraxNYC.
Yeah, just a very small piece. I didn't spend
It's so good, you know, a lot of money, man. It's not all about money over here. A lot of people feel pressure. Money. But me, I don't give a shit. I just want to do good business. Take care of people, make them feel comfortable. And you gotta,
very nice. They gave me a very big box for it, very
It's so good. It's a beautiful pharaoh head piece. It's a good addition to your collection. Let's start with that, okay? So, you know, now you got the video. I personally stand behind that piece.
And when you're not here, who's really in charge of all this stuff?
Well, Mickey's in charge of this section here.
Okay.
Shout out to Mickey. Those are the workers that do the live chat that, don't forget, you can negotiate with.
Over here.
All right.
Very, very cool setup. I think it's awesome. Brandon is able to check it out. Really cool to be behind the scenes right now.
Here we do a lot of different things. Here's a lot of custom jewelry production. Here's a 24-karat version for your piece right here.
If somebody wanted to work for Trax, if they wanted to fill out an application, what exactly are you looking for, and what do they need to have before they get to an interview with you?
Right now, I don't even want to do interviews personally. They're going to have to interview with my staff, but they just got to be honest, hardworking people. Just jewelry and gold around here. You got to be trusted. You got to be trustworthy. So
any particular skill set somebody would have to have?
Not really, man. There's really no particular skill set.
So hypothetically, I could work.
Yeah, you could.
What skill sets would I want someone to have if they were working for me, if I was Max? Passionate. Be passionate. Brandon's passionate about his work. I feel like I'm very passionate about this channel and jewelry. Have a love for the work before the money comes in. And also, like he said, be honest. You want honesty, right? Because you're working around, high profile stuff. You don't want somebody who is going to come in and rip you off. And you also want people to be loyal. Trax is going to operate differently than anybody else. Leary's, Daniel Jewelry Inc., whatever. He's going to work differently than them. Everybody has a behind-the-scenes type of a thing. You don't want people going out talking about your secrets, trying to make you look bad, or anything like that. So honesty, integrity, love for what you're doing, passion, all that stuff I think goes a really long way.
Wanted to, if you were interested, and you wanted to, work with our team downstairs where we do the marketing and so on and so forth. Yeah, you could sit here and join our team, even for a week or freelance or whatever. I mean, I see you got talent. You're doing dope things on your YouTube, and you're a fan of the company. That's really what it takes.
Yeah, I think it's a really great idea. The only thing I would not want to deal with is getting tied down to TraxNYC. he mentioned, oh, you could work here for a week, you could work here for this long, you could be, whatever, which is cool. It'd be a cool experience. But personally, I would want to... Brandon is only just... he's not even taken off yet, right? By working personally with Trax, if he got some kind of agreement with Trax, that could stunt his growth in a way. So in certain ways it would be good, in certain ways it would be bad. Brandon already has a job. I don't know what that job is. I don't remember. But I know he's mentioned in the past that he has a job that he likes or loves. So I would personally recommend getting an idea of what goes on behind the scenes, maybe doing some videos on it, get some experience in that way. But I wouldn't tie myself down like Noah did, because as you can see, Noah wanted to spread his wings and move forward. Brandon is just starting to spread his wings, and therefore this could stunt the growth of the channel, of his future, of things he may want to do in the future.
If it's my first week, where would you have me start? On the floor, in the back?
Well, I mean, that depends on your skill set. Now, obviously, you like videography, you like stuff like that, then you'd be working with...
He loves editing, and it shows in his channel. I hate editing. Hopefully it doesn't show that I hate editing, because I do put a lot of work into my videos, into the editing, but I don't enjoy it. In fact, if I scale these channels up anymore, I'm going to have to get a personal editor. I've used editors in the past, but, sometimes editors come and they go. So a lot of the time I'm doing my own editing, which takes a lot of time, and I don't particularly like doing it.
In and of myself, I'm not really that useful, but I do work well with other skilled, intelligent people that, I can network with. And
I love how Max is remaining very humble. He's not very useful alone, he's saying. I completely disagree with that, but I love the humility in that statement.
Natural diamonds versus lab diamonds, right? I know you did a video, with Harlem Bling about moissanites and stuff like that. In 10 years, 15 years from now, do you think natural diamonds are still going to be as popular as they are today?
I don't think so.
And do you think there's a logical reason to buy a natural diamond over a lab diamond?
Moissanite. That's what I'm talking about. In case you guys don't know from watching the channel.
Growing diamonds are going to be about this big. You're going to be able to make a whole ring out of a diamond. Now, no gold, no nothing else. You're going to drill...
Yeah, and at that point, diamonds, if they have not dropped in price, I wouldn't keep messing with them. In my opinion, they're already way overpriced. Now, am I telling you that they're no good? No. If you love natural diamonds from the earth, no problem. But for me, I find better places to spend my money. And I feel like lab-grown would definitely be good, and moissanite would be incredible, and that's why I buy moissanite. Moissanite is going to give you an incredible bang for your buck, and then you can spend all that hard-earned money that you would still be spending on even lab-grown diamonds, because they're still very expensive. You can spend it elsewhere, but that does not mean that you should. Keep in mind, guys, diamonds are not investments in the way that people actually think they are. They're not investments. You can't go selling a diamond for over or even close to the value that you originally purchased it at. So keep that in mind. By buying lab-grown, by buying moissanite, you are able to keep more money in your pocket, because if you buy the thing and think of it as an investment, I'm going to sell it one day, very unlikely to happen that you're going to walk away with any type of substantial gain. Now, when you're talking about like gold chains or something like that, you can actually leverage those. I mean, if you went ahead to sell it, you're not necessarily going to get all that much when compared to what you purchased it for, right? But you can also use it as leverage. So, for example, JG Fontanez, I follow his channel. You guys can check his videos out. He has actually recently traded a Miami Cuban link from Las Villas. He traded it in for a Miami Cuban link from Daniel Jewelry Inc. And from what I understand, he's much happier now when compared to what he purchased before. So you can leverage that in order to get you something more. Can you do that with diamonds? I don't think you can in the same way. Gold will be a much better purchase. Is it still going to be perfect? Are you still going to be making tons and tons of money by selling? Probably not. Probably not, because you're never going to get as much as what you paid for it. But it's a better investment type of a thing, especially if you want to leverage it in the future to try to go ahead and pick up another piece. Check out JG Fontanez. Has a great review on his brand new Daniel Jewelry Inc. chain with the sleek lock that he's very happy with. 10 millimeter, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't really know where all that is going and how people are going to react to diamonds, how they're going to wear them. But, you know, the technology is here, and it's going to debase and devalue the diamond.
But would you ever consider selling Moissanites at your store?
No, the Moissanite is not a stone that really
Appeals to your demographic of...
It's not even demographic. It's just not a stone that I like.
Oh, I don't believe it. I don't believe... I mean, I can't say he's lying. But I do believe he's very impressed by it. But at this point in time, if he went to sell Moissanite, no one would buy diamonds. Very few. Not no one. Very few people would buy diamonds. Moissanite is just as good, if not better, in my opinion, than diamonds. Lab-grown or natural. But do I think maybe it will one day come down to him actually having to cave on that? Yeah, it might.
Refract light the way the way diamonds do. It doesn't do the same thing that diamonds do. It doesn't shine like a diamond. It doesn't do it. It might have.
It doesn't shine like a diamond, but it shines, in my opinion, better. It shines more. It shines more. There is a difference. I've done a video in case you guys haven't seen it and want to check it out. A great video that I did that got a lot of positive feedback from you guys was talking about the differences between the shines, the differences between how light refracts from a diamond to a moissanite and all that stuff. You might want to check it out.
You know, the hardness of a diamond to some degree, but it doesn't do...
And the hardness, it's not that much different. Even diamonds chip, guys. Diamonds chip all the time.
What diamonds do with light, it just doesn't do that.
In the video that you did with Harlem Bling, you put the two tennis chains aside. You had a hard time trying to figure out at first, you know, which was which.
Right. With tennises, in some cases, yes. You know,
I love how Brandon's asking those tough questions right now. He's not shying away. I love this.
After a while, when you wear moissanite, it might chip, it might dull, it might this, it might that, where a diamond might...
A moissanite's not going to dull. You can always clean it. It's going to dull as much as a diamond. It's not CZ. CZ will dull over time, start to get scratches on it, start to fog up, you know. But I've seen some really old CZ that lasts and looks great for years and years and years and years and years. So even CZ, if you take care of it properly, it'll last a long time. But I would not buy CZ over a moissanite. Diamonds chip. Diamonds can get scratched. You can't say they don't. They do. It being the hardest stone on earth doesn't make it that hard. A moissanite is going to give you the same thing. It's going to give you that longevity. It will. Just take care of it. Don't beat it up on purpose.
Well, thank you for calling me. That phone call kind of caught me off guard. Because it was from an unknown number that I didn't recognize. And I picked up and you said, "Hey, Brandon." And I said, "Is this my supervisor at work?" But then you said it was Trax. And immediately I felt like I was in trouble.
Right.
Because I was like, it's got to be something related to a YouTube video that I posted. Because I see the thumbnails that I make of you. And you know, most of them are just meant to be funny. But I'm like, Trax doesn't have time to watching this.
I do. I mean, listen, it's me, and you know, I don't have that many fan pages or pages that are following what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that, and I appreciate you.
Is there anything that maybe you would like to see in regards to you? Is there something you would appreciate more of me talking about you on your channel, or something?
Yeah, well, listen, it's about what, you know, you're covering what I'm doing. You know, it's about what I'm doing, and it really kind of opened my eyes. I got to stop screaming. I got to start beefing with some of these people and doing all this shit. I got to focus on business and keep teaching business.
Do you feel like that draws in a crowd, though?
Yeah,
I agree. All right. The drama brings people in. But I don't think it's going to bring in quality, quality views. You know, people might come in for the screaming and then quickly leave, you know, once the screaming stops. You want quality viewers, right? So give quality information. Trax has given quality information in his videos, and I appreciate watching that quality information because I'm learning, I'm seeing more about him, his business model, his well-oiled machine of a company. Brandon, watching his videos, checking out all of the knowledge that he's sharing, going out of his way to look up Noah, Trax, you know, Harlem Bling and this and that, bringing it all to one channel, editing it into a video, and reminding me of what I'm missing if I'm not following all these different people. You're giving quality information at that point. It's not just purely entertainment, it's quality at that point. So I really appreciate that. And I think Trax should move towards that direction a little bit more.
But I still want to continue educating and entertaining people. So I got to give you positive stuff so you can do positive stuff around it. Yeah, Danny was a rat, you know, my whole life in all reality when I look back.
I posted that video and people in the comments were like, you know, I went to Trax and I seen Danny in some of your videos and Trax's videos. And from the moment I saw Danny, I knew immediately that he was a snake. I personally...
That was me. And probably many other people. I felt that way when I saw Danny. I did not get a good vibe from him. And from the moment I saw him, I didn't like him. Which, you know, I never tried to hold anything against him in my heart because I didn't have any type of reason to really feel that way. So you brush a feeling like that off. But once that happened with Danny, I was like, oh man, you know, I felt like this from the beginning. I felt like something was off about that guy.
It's you know, it's all exhausting at this point, man.
Thank you for this interview. Honestly, we've been talking for about 20 minutes. Last question: do I have the qualities of a TraxNYC employee?
Absolutely, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, you're an entrepreneur. Forget about TraxNYC. You know what I'm saying? You got an entrepreneurial spirit. You're doing stuff. You're making moves. You're building a YouTube.
I agree 100%. He has an entrepreneurial spirit, Brandon, and I feel like he needs the time to allow that to grow because it hasn't even blossomed yet. He's in the beginning, and his channel is not huge yet. He's got so much more he can offer by kind of maybe not tying himself down. So I appreciate that Max is not like, yes, I want you to do this for me. Max is like, yeah, you could do this for me, or you could do what you're doing already. And so I really find value in that.
You know, and I encourage that 100%. You're laying a foundation for something. Whatever your brands you're covering or stories, your niche stories you're covering, if you keep working at that, you're going to have a wonderful business in and of itself. No, stay tuned with Brandon for the inside of what's going on at TraxNYC, and his coverage is honest and fair and clever. So, you know, keep an eye on Brandon. Forget about me.
Thank you so much for your time, Trax.
Thank you.
Oh, I gotta say, in the last couple of seconds watching this video, I saw like a care, a love come from Max, wanting to like give back to Brandon. I saw that in his eyes. So while he gets crazy on his videos, I'm starting to feel like that is not all that he's about. I feel like he's got a lot of great qualities that sometimes maybe the craziness overshadow, and so we can't really see them. But I feel like those qualities are shining through while he's talking to Brandon. So I think that that's really cool that Brandon can bring those qualities out of Max, and I appreciate that Max is taking care of Brandon in the ways that he is taking care of him. The fact that he even spent like, you know, probably like a good hour or so entertaining him, talking to him, doing a video with him, showing him around, maybe more than an hour. The fact that he's even taking the time to do that is phenomenal.
I have the qualities of a TraxNYC employee.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, you're an entrepreneur. Forget about TraxNYC. You know what I'm saying? You got an entrepreneurial spirit. You're doing stuff. You're making moves. You're building a YouTube. You know, and I encourage that 100%. You're laying a foundation for something.
You can really see that Max walks the walk and talks the talk because he's giving Brandon great information, letting him know that he can do this himself. That he is worth more than what even Trax can offer him. He's telling him right here. So I find a lot of value in that. And that only comes from someone who knows what it's like to do it themselves. Does that make sense?
I'm just hanging out, not really doing much, right? And I get a phone call, and I look at the phone number, and I don't recognize the number, but I pick up, and the person on the other line was like, yeah, it's me, Trax. Tells me that he saw some of my videos on YouTube, the story about me covering him versus Danny, him versus Nova, and a whole bunch of other videos that I made about him. And I also want to know your thoughts about what you think of the questions. Do you feel like I should have asked more questions, or is there something else that I should have asked him?
I think that he asked some fantastic questions. I feel like he even grilled him a little bit more, not grilled him, but really put him in an uncomfortable position compared to a soft interview. I think it was like a medium interview. Not a hard interview, not a soft interview, a medium. And I appreciated that, especially for it being so kind of like, you know, unorchestrated. It was kind of like it was a tour, it was a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I think he did a great job on those questions, and I think in the future, then once you establish more of a relationship, then you might be able to maybe ask some harder questions.
I don't do interviews. I was nervous too. I didn't know what to expect when I went to a store. I was just going there with an open mind. I wasn't really going there for an interview to begin with. It kind of just happened. I didn't really have a plan going over to Trax. I didn't know why he really...
Right, and I could tell that he didn't really have a plan. I could tell he was a little shy, which is completely normal. And I could tell that even though he didn't really have a plan, he still asked some pretty hard questions. You know, let's say, for example, diamonds versus moissanite and stuff. That's a touchy subject. Even bringing up Eddie at this point is a little bit of a touchy subject, in my opinion. So he went ahead and did that. Brandon did that, and I think that was great.
There, I didn't really see what value I was able to bring, so, you know, but I agreed to it. I was like, I like...
And Brandon doesn't see the value that he could bring. I think, and which is why I've plugged Brandon's channel so many times on my videos, I see the value in Brandon and his channel. It's a value that I'm trying to bring also to YouTube, to you. So I want you guys to know, and I want Brandon to know, I see the value in him and the channel and the work he's putting in. Because this is not just playing around. This is work. This takes work. Coming on a camera, doing the editing, looking for the information. Brandon's basically a reporter. I've done 2-hour videos. I've done hour videos. It takes work. And believe me, we're not getting paid enough for this. Brandon, I don't even think is getting paid yet. But I certainly don't make enough for the amount that I work. But yet I still do it because I want quality on my channel. And of course, as always, any monetary appreciation, or even not monetary from you guys, just a kind comment, a like on the video, it goes so far. So don't forget, if you do appreciate Brandon's content, like the video, subscribe to his channel, and continue to show that support. Because believe me, nobody's getting paid enough for this.
So polite, and I didn't feel like I deserved. Like I didn't understand why I was like, wow, he's so nice to me. But now off camera.
I mean, everybody deserves kindness, as long as kindness is what you're giving. I can see why Brandon would feel a little uncomfortable not seeing why he deserved this. But Brandon does a lot of work, and the work he's putting in is being recognized, you know, for better or for worse, recognized by Max. Max not saying, oh, you insulted me, or, you know, you made me look bad. Max is just appreciating what Brandon has to offer. And Brandon is a customer of Max. So Max is showing appreciation. I believe Max would show this amount of appreciation to anybody that supported him. I do. But he's going even further, seeing the entrepreneurial spirit that Brandon has, which I think is fantastic. Good for Max and good for Brandon.
And then he says, so here's my offer to you. He tells me that he thinks I'm talented and that he sees potential in me to work for him, and that if I wanted to, I can become a TraxNYC employee and be a part.
So he sees the value that Brandon has. He sees the channel is growing. He sees the work that Brandon's putting in. And he's actually making an offer to have Brandon work for him, which is fantastic. That's fantastic. Again, I personally feel like unless the pay was like through the roof great, and even then you need to be careful, unless the pay was through the roof, I would probably stay separate. Maybe come in, do some videos once in a while, whatever. Stay separate and grow your own channel. You're just starting out, Brandon. So that's what I would recommend. Unless, of course, you know, there was no strings attached. You could work for him as long as you want, and then you could leave, and you still have your channel and still do reviews for other people. Are there strings attached to this and all that stuff? The great thing where Brandon is he's making his own money separate. He's doing this right now out of joy and love. When something becomes a job, you tend to kind of start to hate it. So if Brandon's doing this out of love right now, in the future, if he did this for Trax and solely Trax, would he still enjoy as much? These are things you got to think about. So personally, I would take this decision very slow if you were going to, you know, entertain it at all. And probably I wouldn't take the offer unless it was like a really stupid, crazy, amazing offer. But even then, I would be wary and understand that there might be strings attached, and you don't want strings if you're trying to grow. Strings are going to hold you down to a degree if you're trying to grow your own thing.
His marketing team and his social media teams, basically managing the marketing and social media, editing videos, things of that nature. However, that means that I would have to quit my other job that I really love, that I do full-time outside of this. I also am not...
Would you love doing that as much as you love your current job? That is a huge deal. And that current job is allowing you to build your own stuff, where if you were working for Trax, I have a feeling you'd probably be working a lot harder and be working on his stuff and a lot less on your stuff. But I could be wrong.
Not allowed to advertise for other companies, so I'm very limited to just Trax. But again, I'll be working directly for TraxNYC. My alternative is I stay independent, stay who I am. I do not work for Trax. However, Trax told me that I will always have his personal phone number, and that I can message him at any time to do a video with him, and that his store will be open to me anytime that I want, so that I can collab with him and we can do a video, another interview together. He told me we can do it properly, where we can sit down and I can ask him more questions. And I actually like that offer better because I love talking about other companies, and I like to be...
I like that offer better too, and I love that Brandon likes it also.
free and not be limited, but I also am a big fan of Trax and I want to keep working with him. So in the future, I would love to do more videos with Trax, and I have his personal phone number, and this is somebody who I now consider a friend. You know, I did a couple giveaways on my channel not too long ago. I did a holiday giveaway, a Christmas giveaway.
I love hearing that he now considers Trax, Max from Trax, to be a friend. I love hearing that. Love it. That's how I feel about having worked with David on a couple of videos that I've done, on that interview that we did with David from Daniel Jewelry Inc. I feel like David is a friend. He hits me up just to say hi. That's a friend in my book. And I appreciate him more than he even knows.
I knew that I was going to do a lot of things this year, and literally the first week of 2023, I received a phone call from Trax. I also received another promotion at the job that I have now. I don't know why a lot of good things are happening to me lately. Thank you guys for being a part of this journey with me. I don't know what journey I'm on, but I'm glad you guys are part of it. There was a time in my life where I used to be homeless and I could not afford jewelry, and now I'm getting job offers in the diamond industry. I hope...
All right, so I don't know if you guys enjoyed that. I hope you did. I sure enjoyed it. I enjoyed catching up on Brandon's channel. I want to catch up on so many people's channels out there, but life has just been so busy, and I'm trying to keep up. So very grateful to have had the time to do this today. Let me know, guys, would you guys like an interview with Brandon on this channel? If so, leave it in the comments. I think that would be a fantastic idea. As Brandon mentioned, he has a lot of good things in his life coming about right now, and good for him. Why might that be? Maybe because he's a positive, happy, optimistic human being who's trying to help people. Yes, this is a different way to help people, but so is my way, right? The best YouTube channels, in my opinion, are the ones trying to help the viewer. Not trying to just be successful. Not trying to just get attention or sell something. It's to help the viewer. Brandon is going out of his way to do that. So let me know, guys. He mentioned in that video he used to sleep on a park bench. We've all had our ups and downs. If you want to hear about Brandon's ups and downs on this channel, let me know in the comments. I look forward to talking to you guys with a new video soon. Be safe, talk soon, catch you all at the next video, and Brandon, keep doing what you're doing. Take care, guys.